Welcome, good morning, namaste, lovely lights. This morning I am sharing some Vajrasana, the thunderbolt or the diamond pose. You have requested this. Thank you so much for following and requesting. It's pretty amazing. I also learned from Vajrasana. It aids in digestion. It helps with functions of the liver, the kidney, and the pancreas. It is great for diabetes, and when you use the fist position and place it in the creases of the legs, bending forward for a Vajrasana variation, helping in that. That's pretty amazing because it's pressing on the thymus gland. Here's a little morning motivation from the great Buddha. Every morning we are born again. What we do today is what matters most. We are what we think. All that we are arises with our thoughts. With our thoughts, we make the world. In this Vajrasana variation, I encourage you to be yourself, your real self. Yes, we are doing yoga. We're amping up our day. Be yourself. That's the number one. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Pose to Sukhasana. Finding that comfortable seat, getting aligned, putting your hands on the heart and tuning in for a moment. Allowing ourselves to let go. Setting an intention for our practice of why we're here. An intention of being our authentic self. Tuning into the beat of the heart. Breathing a soft breath into the heart. With an extended exhale. Melting the jaw down. For Ray Chakra. Bringing awareness to your body. On the next exhale, turning those feet straight forward. For Dandasana, rooting the hands back behind, rolling the shoulder blades away from the ears, keeping the knees where they want to be. In yoga, it's really important to keep soft. Yes, you can keep strong, but soft in the elbows and always soft in the knees. Powering through the feet, sending energy out through our soles of our feet, tuning into those forward points of the feet, rotating our feet back behind for the thunderbolt, the Vajrasana. Touching the tippity toes, the top of touching, kissing the big toes together while keeping the knees aligned, but allowing the heels to fall out and gently settling down. The thunderbolt pose, you can power back through, elongating the spine. Thunderbolt pose is recommended to do after every meal, and you can even do it in a morning asana practice. And this is amazing for digestion. This also helps with plantar fasciitis. If you have any sort of foot injury like that, you can also find a stronger Vajrasana going up. I kind of getting a little bit of a cramping in my foot, but coming down to get those the bigger benefits for the liver, the kidneys, the pancreas. For diabetes, you can perform Vajrasana by making fists and putting them in the creases of the hips and bending forward. This forward just feels good. Rolling those shoulders away. And sitting here, allowing and staying down here for 10 to 20 breaths and melting down. It's more of like yin practice. It's going to help get everything flowing. It's wonderful. You can also come back up and just sit like this, tuning into the heart, rolling back the shoulders, and sitting here. And doing this after every meal, even if it's for 2 to 5 minutes, I think it's recommended up to 15 minutes if you have a hard time with digesting your food, sitting like this, because when we sit like this, there's a meridian on the inside of our calf, and we're putting pressure on it. And by letting those heels roll up, we're sitting down and really engaging. A variation for Vajrasana, mini sun salutation. Coming up onto the knees, tuning into the knees over the hips, elongating the arms out to a T, bringing the hands up above the head into a namaste, down to the heart center. Finding a natural breath, arms out, diving down to the earth, planting on your head. Arms back up, hinging up, bringing hands up to heart center. Raising up, elongating the spine and powering up through the midline of the body. Raising arms up to the sky, arms out to a T, diving, swan diving forward, landing on your head, bringing hands ahead of you. Stretching out here at the hands. Taking a few organic breaths down here. Feeling what it feels like to stretch down into the earth. Powering up through the back of the heart, raising up through the back of the heart, arms up to a T. Palms kissing palms, back to heart center. Find a freeing sun salutation at your own pace. Whatever feels good, stretching your arms down, hinging hips forward, coming down, squeezing the shoulders, and maybe finding a little freeing mini cat-cow here. Maybe just like a little mini one. Or if it feels good, find a mini cobra. Sitting back down, feeling what it feels like right here. Maybe swaying back and forth. And if this is really hurting your feet, you can take a little break and flip out. Let your little feet walk out your feet a little bit. Roll them around. Give them a little love and acknowledgement. Say, it's okay feet, it's okay to be you, and it's okay to have cricks and pops and pains in our feet because we're not all perfect. Milo's gonna make us a cobra song. Rolling back onto those feet. Big toe kissing big toe, spreading out the heels. Bringing feet together to a nice freeing sun salutation. Vajrasana variation, arms up to the sky. Rooting up, fanning arms down, swan diving down to the ground. Clasping hands behind the back. Moving those shoulders down, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Feeling what it feels like to be right here in this nice bind from the floor. Inhaling up, extending those arms to a T. Hands high above into the sky. Arms down to a T, diving back down to the ground. Binding hands together. Moving the blades away from the ears. And then sitting here. On the next inhale, releasing the arms, diving back up. You can sit on your own. This is called a thunderbolt. Thunderbolt. I was getting a little bit of one of those free ones, so feeling what it feels like to have a little bit of energy flowing throughout my body. Rolling the shoulders back. Rotating the arm on the opposite direction, finding a soft spinal twist here. Breathing in for one of those Ray Chaka breaths, a soft, gentle inhale, an organic inhale, and an extended exhale. Soft inhale, extended exhale. Bringing spine back to neutral. Okay, give me a kiss. I love you. Okay. A nice neutral spine. Rotating from the shoulders to the opposite direction. Extending the arms back, down and away, pushing down, rooting down to the opposite arm. Breathing in acceptance. Breathing out acceptance. Breathing in feelings of who you really are, your authentic self. Exhaling. On the next inhale, if you have a belt or a scarf, and pause the video to go grab yourself a little scarf or a belt, or even like a stronger shirt if you have. On the next exhale, exhaling, arms up. Giving about 3 inches of space and inhaling up onto the knees. Inhaling, arms straight up and above. Inhaling up. Pulling pretty nice and intensely here. On the hands, exhaling the arms straight to a 90-degree angle, keeping a soft bend to that arm. Keeping a little tension here between. If you can't see, just pulling gently. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, arms down. 2 more on your own. Coming back down to that seated position on that Vajrasana. Extending arms out about 3 feet, a little bit wider than shoulder distance apart. Keeping a soft bend to the arms. Powering up, maybe sitting on the backs of the heels, getting a nice stretch, rooted through for a really wonderful deep Vajrasana Variation or thunderbolt. Arms up, and bringing them back as good as feels. So if it only feels good to stay here, stay here. If your shoulders are feeling very tight, but if you feel like you can get a slight big back, squeezing the shoulder blades together, a soft bend in the elbows. Breathing deeply for 3 breaths. Exhaling the arms down. Tuning into the feet, what feels good. If it feels good to stay up, if it feels good to go down. On the next inhale, inhaling arms up, stancing those arms about 3 feet apart. Raising the arms up and back. And what feels good. Allowing those shoulders to drop because naturally they're going to want to creep up. Your body's going to probably want to curl. Keeping a nice erect spine and bringing those shoulder blades back, rooting them together. Exhaling down and finding one more at your own rate. On the next inhale, bringing that scarf or belt up over the head and pulling down. This is kind of like a traditional, kind of like a lat, like a pull, like a lat. Good lat. It's a good trap, trapezius workout. So still sitting down on those feet or posting up, whatever feels good. And squeezing the shoulder blades together and really working those muscles together and squeezing these the elbows in towards the lower sides, up. And breathing down together. Exhaling up. And if you're shaking, I'm shaking if you don't notice. I'm pulling nice and tight and keeping a nice grip evenly throughout from my pinkies to the fingertips. And maybe staying here for a nice little shake-a-roni. Exhaling, arms up. Beautiful work. Tuning into what feels good with that scarf. Coming up with the scarf, posting up on those feet and moving the scarf down to one side. Feeling what it feels like, kind of trying to peel those shoulder blades away from each other. Soft bend in the elbows, allowing yourself to stretch through your core and your arms. Inhaling up. And this is just a nice stretch, working through the arms and the spine while still tuning into those feet. Beautiful work. Inhale, arms up. You can drop and give your shoulders and your arms a little rest. Coming back down to that thunderbolt. Remember, this thunderbolt is great to do to aid in digestion. If you have a hard time digesting your food, or you get gassy pains, or if you have a baby or know somebody with a lot of gas, rubbing their legs. I wish I knew this fact when I had babies. I had very colicky babies. Arms straight up. And moving one straight down. Keeping a soft bend in the elbow, and I know that it's, just be conscious here. Rubbing baby's legs, the back side of baby's legs for colicky, or I don't know if you've ever tried lying a baby on their back and pressing their legs up to their chest, will help relieve gas from a baby. And now I definitely know why. And bring the opposite arm down. It makes so much sense, that meridian right there. It's all tied together. Amazing. Arms straight up, dropping down. Lowering the strap that you have, the belt or the scarf, down to the back side. Bringing one arm up to the ceiling and one arm down. Give you an excel view. And if you have the strength and the flexibility to grab those fingertips, go for it. But if you're working at that, it's okay. Using your scarf in your hands to guide you, and bringing the left shoulder blade, left elbow down, and the right elbow up. And you can stretch up off of those heels, power up through the pelvis, and stretching up, feeling that nice, beautiful cross line stretch here. Inhaling 3 breaths into the heart space. Exhale. Breathing in, self-acceptance. Exhaling, self-acceptance. Breathing in one more time. Exhaling back down to that thunderbolt. Rolling your spine a little bit. Kind of coming up to cow and cat and rolling in on my spine. I'm feeling, woo, it's getting a little twisty work done. Feeling free to be yourself. Be yourself today. Be yourself. Don't pretend to be like everyone else. I know that in situations we all get caught up on being perfect and being like everyone and having these perfect postures, perfect poses, being the perfect person, but you're you and you're perfect the way you are, and people love you the way you are. So let your real self come out more today, okay? That's my goal. Same thing with the opposite arm, raising the left arm up, grabbing for that strap or that scarf, bringing the opposite arm up and away. This is my tighter side, so mine gets a little bit tighter here. I feel it in my neck too, so being leery of squeezing away, like shying away, like, no, this hurts, and we're still in our thunderbolt. We're aiding our digestion right now. In whatever feels good, extending and pulling and breathing. Well, stretching up, elongating, that's fine. Exhaling. Beautiful work. Extend that arm back down. And as we're still in this thunderbolty bolt, tuning into the back and the shoulders, we're going to cross one arm across our lower back and the other one across our lower back, and just hugging those arms in together. Just giving yourself a nice back hug. Thank you, back. And as you're in this nice back hug, do what feels good. If it doesn't feel good, you can kind of release a little bit. And in this back hug, you can move forward and gently glide down onto your mat to where it feels good. If you can move all the way down, that's great. If you can't, you need a pillow. Yoga is about being comfortable. It's very accepting. Don't think that you have to do everything perfect the way that you see people do it. Coming down and breathing here for a more yin posture. Just breathing in deeply and exhaling. Inhaling. And letting your body just melt down and really feeling what it feels like here in this lovely pose, the thunderbolt. This pose has so many names. It's thunderbolt, hero's pose, the diamond, call it whatever you want. Just be open and let your feet heal and your whole body work together. Inhaling up. That was really fun. Letting those arms free. Woo. Shaking them out a little bit. Rolling the neck. That was just a little Vajrasana variation. So maybe just taking the next 2 minutes to wind down. It's not a super hardcore workout, but it's more of a happy, healthy, helping your insides of your body. Well, it's also working your feet, and it's really stretching those feet and those ankles. And anytime you're doing any sort of a movement, let's come back out and just stretch our legs out a little bit. Just bringing your attention to whatever it is that you're working on that day. So if it's you're wanting to focus on your feet and your ankles, and you need more healing, or you need more movement and flexibility, whatever it is that you do in anything all day, bringing your awareness and gratitude in your feet, or if it's in your knees or your hips, or if it's, like I said, if it's tuning into being more like your authentic self than being more like everyone else. It could be something to do with your body. It could be something to do with your mind. It could be a thought pattern that you need to let go of that you're not sure of. It could be some of those self-hindering thoughts. Like every time you look in the mirror, do you, ooh, I don't like her? Or every time you look in the mirror, do you smile and say, hi Shelly, I love you. You're beautiful. You look beautiful. No matter what it is that you think, we're going to come up and move our booty up, and we're going to gently lay our back onto the mat. Switch over bead by bead like a mama beads. You can even use our little scurfy as a pillow. And just wiggle out that body and let it be free. What is it that you need? There's something. We all need something. So give yourself today, because I know you're here, so you're giving yourself some self-care. So self-care is so important. That's why this Shavasana, this pose of surrender at the end of a yoga practice, is so crucial for me. I know sometimes we get in this mindset where we've got to hit it hard. We have to pump the iron, lift the weights, get fit, get this, get that. But we need to also take time to surrender and take care of ourselves by loving ourselves and being true to our authentic self. I love you so much, and thank you so much. I really hope that that Vajrasana variation opened you up in your legs and helped work up some digestion. And know that you can do that Vajrasana after every time you eat. Even if you just get up from the table real quick, you're done before you do dishes or whatever it is you do, and just sit like that. You can read a book, you can do a little journaling, a little meditation like that. Meditation like that would be great. I love you so, so much, and thank you so much for taking time for you, because you are the most important person in your life, is you. Because when you take care of you, you can take care of everyone better and be the best version of yourself. I love you so much. Now I'm just going to finish. I started with a lovely Buddha quote, and let's end with a lovely Buddha quote. Here we go. When you are wrong, admit it. When you are right, keep silence. And oh my gosh, I actually tried this, and it's really freaking hard. Have you ever tried that? Have you tried when you are wrong to actually say it, which some of us do, or when you're right, instead of saying, I told you, I know? Have you ever kept silent? Ooh, that's a hard one. Okay, here's another great one. We'll do 2 more. This is from Eckhart Tolle, one of my amazing spiritual motivationaries. All problems are illusions of the mind. If I cannot live with myself, there must be 2 of me. Is there two of you? That little voice inside of your head that's like nagging at everything that you do, that inner dialogue. Blah, 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 blah. And then there's that real you, that authentic you, that one that's like so kind and peaceful and generous inside. Which one do you listen to? Become aware of the silent but powerful sense of presence. That was beautiful. And this last one is from Mother Teresa. I can do what you can't do, and you can do what I can't do. Together, we can do great things. Together we can do great things. So let's go with that today. Being your authentic self, be goofy. Allow yourself to enjoy your day, because we don't take the time to enjoy our day. I love you so much, and I hope that I spread a little bit of joy to you, and I hope that I helped you create a little bit of inner love and laughter. I love you so much. I love you so much, my dear friends. Have a beautiful day. That is me being a goof. And sometimes I look to talk like this because